Welcome, everybody! How are you doing today? You are welcoming yourself into Randy's Den, and I am welcoming you here. We are going to have so much flippin' fun, you ain't going to believe it. So what we got is, this is the new RDA5807 DIY radio kit. And if you can see it over here, here is the board. I already started on that. The big thing I did before I even started, I actually did it the other day because I procrastinate, and now I'm finally getting to this at least, is went through and tested everything that I could. Obviously I didn't test this stuff, but real quick, this right here, that's something silly. I'll zoom in on that, but that's the reason why the meter, you'll hear it wanting to shut off here soon, but them connections are so weird on that I was actually like on the top here and checking. Let's see if I can do it. I mean, it's so touchy. And then making sure it wasn't shorted, because where they're notched is where they're tinned, and I just don't understand the deal behind it. But if I'll show you when I zoom it in, that doesn't even line up. Like, it's nice on this end, and then it's like short on this end too. Or at least it's that way in my world. I mean, maybe you guys will see it different, who knows. But already went through everything. Oh, easy, girl, easy. Dog stumbling down the stairs. Poor girl. Went through with my fancy Unity, was it Unity 116A? Just this thing is, it was cheap, and I really questioned getting it because, like, well, tweezers, wow. What is that going to do? I mean, just to go through, put it on auto, and just go through, it makes it so easy to test stuff like these. They're already in the bandolier, and just go right down. Boom, boom, boom. And you get a reading, get a reading, get a reading. Well, when I do it by myself, I get a reading, but when I'm showing the camera off, of course not. I'm probably got the wrong setting. Oh yeah, helps to be on the right setting. I was on beep setting. There, 9.87. Come on. I just don't want to short it to the next one. 10.01, and so on and so forth. And you just bop right down them. And then I just got a piece of foam here that I stuck everything else, especially the smaller pieces that just are going to get bounced around and lost, especially down here in my basement. And I went through, and even with these, you know, this fits right over, and I could test them like this. And like get right up on them, bring you in here so you can see, always helps. You know, this one, boom, this one, boom, not touching the other one, then that one, and that one, and this one, and then did these the same way, just kind of move them around a bit. Transistors, I put in my little MTM whatever it is tester, that works really well for that. And just made sure that they let's put it this way. I've learned the hard way about testing before you actually get into something. And it actually saved my rear end on the last project I did when the transistor was short. And because my brain doesn't work, I don't even remember what that project was. It was something. And the main transistor that did the whole operation just was not working. So like I said, it's on beep mode here. Beep, 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 beep. So you come up to the switches here. Make sure it's off. Here, I'll tip it just so you guys can see it better too. Off. Push it on. Good, it works. And it's not shorted, you know. Off. On. It's off. Push. On. Off. Push. On. Just like that. I mean, it just bangs right through the stuff. Just to double check it, you know. And I actually was surprised how fast it went myself, to be honest with you. It kind of surprised me. As you can tell with, you know, fancy dexterity fingers of like this, it works real well holding on to like probes. Especially when they got nice needles on the end like these do, because I like them razor sharp. And sticking myself 5,000 times, and just really a neat little thing. That's just something I don't care anything about it. In fact, I had to, from twisting it, back and forth too much, I actually had the wire pull off and had to open it up and just there was enough wire there, luckily, to resolder it back on. But so I mean, it has its flaws, but I mean, that thing, it definitely it's got its money's worth out of the hassles it saved me. So the last thing is, like I said, is oh, here's the case for it when we're all done. Probably won't make a video of that because them are just annoying. I already started out with the 3 smallest pieces, and that's what they say to start out with here, and I agreed with that because I always like to start with what I'm doing is the shortest and then build your way up, whatever's the tallest. So, you know, the switches, the capacitors are even lower than the switches, so they'll go before probably the switches here, the push button switches, and just do it that way. Put the resistors in. It just makes it so much easier instead of having to work around something that's taller. That's something that everyone knows, but I just talk about it because I feel important, I guess. But anyways, yeah, let's zoom in. I want to show you this thing because it's kind of like, you got to tell me what's going on because I don't get it. Oh, sorry. I got it plugged in, so let me unplug it. There we go. Come on. And what do I got to do? Go like this. There it is. Zumba. Is it going to focus? Is it going to focus? Focus. Nope, let me back it off just a tweet. See how it is there? That damn board. Like each little groove is tinned. That's how it came, right? And you can even look in the instructions here. Stop. Somewhere here. I think it freaks her out because I'm talking and there's no one here. You see what I mean? That's boop, flat right down the board, just like that. Where is it? Right there. So, but if you look on the side here, see what I mean? So you got the thickness of the board, and is what I did. I found the best way to do it and be secure about it was I just stuck my, I mean, this is a tiny, I'll get a quarter so you guys can reference size, or here's a penny, even better, for my thoughts. So here's the size I'm using. I don't know what size or remember what it is offhand, but that just gives you a reference of how tiny it is. I mean, it's very small. So I stick it in each one of them, and then I got it about just under like 380 or 385 was my temperature, and I had it already pre-tinned, not a lot on it, and then just come in and went shh, shh, and just pulled it off. And did the same thing, stick it in each little groove and pulled it off. Same thing on this side. And then you got the little 74H series. What is that? It could be like a shift register or something like that. Logic 7400 series logic chip, which is right here. And trust me, it's 74. You probably can't see it from there, or maybe you can. Who knows? That's cool. But anyways, this one is tiny also. And I actually went through and had my, I made sure I didn't have, well, when I soldered, I tagged one end, got it where I wanted it, already had my paste down, my flux, and then soldered this end, and then got it right where I needed it, and then just kind of ran down both sides, and then did each one singly, just because they're so tiny, and they're right on top of each other, to make sure that they weren't gaggled up, you know, and basically it just had a, not even, I mean, like that much on there, and just walked right down. And then what I did with this is clean it up, and then did the same thing on the other side. So very tiny stuff, but no, you don't need no heat guns or nothing like that to go through this stuff. Just double checking the book that came with it. You can also find it on the internet. In fact, if I can find it quick, I will show you where to find it in case anyone's looking for it. I see this says RDA5807. Don't know if that helps anyone. Right where my thumb is, or if I wonder if I'm always curious how them work. But if that image can be picked up, copied over, and done that way. I'm not really sure how sensitive they are. Yeah, I don't see, but yeah, that's it. It's very, very small. In fact, I went up and scanned it, and just in case when I was working on it here, if I run into something where, hey, I want to look at that a little better, that I could go up and pull it up on the computer and really go right to that spot and analyze it, overanalyze it. So we got the digital, there's 4 numbers here with 4 dots, and then over here we got our 4 push button switches. These are normally open. Like I showed, they were in the styrofoam, and with them in the styrofoam, it was so easy to test them. My little tweezer things. See if I can't bring it right down in. Oh, blocking everything. Come on. Where the hell is it? There it is. Just walk through the other side here. I actually found it was easier to do the resistors, at least one side, to do it on the other side. There's something different that I tried, soldering it. Just so when they come on the back, there's so many damn wires in that all crossed up. Sometimes they just get into each other. And then you'll look, even though you're trying to be careful. If you see when I just started the video there, I was just... I had one that was still up in the air. I wanted to sit down flat. It always seems that I miss one or something. So I did that on these right here. In fact, every one of these, bing, 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 just went up. Beep. You can see actually the solder right there. And hit them. Just to hold them, and then went on the back side when after that. And as you see, the switches are in. We're getting pretty much ready for the unplug this to put in, what is it, our 78, 74? It is, oh, it's 15 watt 408 AS, whatever that is. Let's see what the directions say. Some kind of fancy chip, lots of legs on it. What is it, 12 or 16? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Where is it on here? Is it back here? No, I thought it was right up in here. I seen it. Oh, here's the thing for it. So when did okay, here we go. We're putting it in place. 2 chips on the flat desk. Pins are 90 degrees perpendicular. What in the world are they showing here? That's something I don't seem to have. They want you to lay this out like this and just push it down if it needs it to tighten up the legs. They're pretty good. Just the one on the very end is a little questionable. And you got to make sure that the notch lines up with the notch on the board and with the jumper piece here. So I can't think. That's why. Yeah, look at that. That was terrible. Totally missed it. How good's that gonna work? Just want to get it loose, then it'll pop. Yeah, there it goes. Popped right out. Yeah, I'm gonna tighten that up a little bit more. Don't push on the legs, push on the very ends. My fingers are right on the very ends and I'm just pushing down. Do it this way. Yeah, and here's our notch. Still missing. Oh wow, it's got to go in a ways. I'm surprised how far that's got to go in. Socket, probably. That's what they call these things. I can't believe how bad I forget simple things once I start doing a video. That's why it is what it is. Whatever. Just trying to make it through every day. This is the worst time of year too for like the northeast. You got the long winters kind of wrapping up. We got about actually we had about a foot of snow, and it is basically going away. There's still remnants of it today, but it should be actually just about gone by the end of today. It's supposed to be nice and warm, just windy. It's just the long winter just drags on, you know. It just wears people out. It's something I noticed years and years ago. So if you live up in the northern areas or northeast, and you're feeling glum for, you can't quite figure out how, that might just be it. I mean, the thing is it's, the winter ain't bad. You get in December and it's nice. You got Christmas coming up and the ornaments, the lights on all the houses and that, and it's just neat, you know. And then Christmas gets over with, then you got the New Year, and then after that, it's just done. There's nothing else until you come up to Easter. In fact, today is actually St. Patty's Day, so happy St. Patty's Day. Hey, look at this. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is actually, oh, I'll have to pull it out of here. If it'll pop off. Oh, it's not gonna. Maybe I'll go hands-free at the end to show you. It's just something. I don't even know where it come from. It just says Luck of the Irish on the little placard, little piece of wood that's like this in green. What the hell was that? Right, all the legs are in and tight. And here's this pin. Tighten these up too. We're gonna push down on it, as you see. Get a hold of it. Just a little movement. Then we'll push it in. They're all in. I actually seen someone had a Heathkit unit they were working on that they picked up from one of the fancy stores or whatever, and so Heathkit, someone built it previously and they never had it working, and they had a chip. It had about gosh, 8 to 10 legs on it, and when they pushed it in the socket, it was in a socket, right? I'm pretty sure it was in a socket, and just it was such a tight area, and you had the pots for the potentiometers, the back of them around it and that, and you pushed it in, and the leg never seated inside here, if you look, and he was probably figuring that that's why the thing never worked right in the first place. I guess he got a pretty decent deal on it as it sat around. So alright, beautiful. That should be it. The board is very sticky on the back and that, full of flux. I got a screw that goes there, so I got to figure out exactly what's going on with that, because I got the speaker here, and you put the wires on the back of the speaker. It's looking like they go right here, maybe. I'm gonna check, just because it says UB, unless it's missing the S. I don't know. There's some marks that's rubbed off there. It says UB speaker, or U8 maybe. I don't know. But there's plus minus, so that's probably more than likely the speaker. Screw goes there for some reason, which I have right here. And man, these mats are nice. They got that darn the magnet in the little corners here, and man, are them nice for putting metal. I am a strong proponent of magnets to hold any like screws and that, and even keep them separate. If you got to go into a tray that's really tight and you want to get all the screws out all at once, if you just drop a magnet in there with all of them, they'll all come out all wrapped up in one little fancy pile like that. So alright, at the RD5807, is it? Wrapped up here. So far just got to hit power, but first thing we got to do is I wanted to show you guys some of the goings on here. Obviously, here's the schematic, and I can't tell you how many times someone just putting a schematic like this on a page has helped me, so hopefully it'll help someone else. Try to hold it still. And here's the blowout of it, just the what the PCB looks like. And then you got 2 ways to power this up. You got 2 AA's you can put in the battery holder on the back, or you got the USB micro that you can plug in right here. And it's actually an upside down micro, but it's a micro, it works. And it looks like you also have headphones. Now I'm not positive it's headphones, but that's what I'm guessing. Like I said, I gotta pull this up on the computer to look at it, and if I get a chance I'll look and make sure that that is the headphones, and so I don't bodge that up. And we're all set. I got it set at 3.2 volts and 800 milliamps. Won't need near that much, but let's see what happens. We are on. How's that gonna work with the light? I don't know how I'll get that, if you guys can see that or not, but alright, let's flip the switch. Nothing. Imagine that, it's not working. They don't really tell you. They tell you, insert the resistance corresponding to the resistance. Oh, no. Choose 1 or 2 power supply modes. I just told you about that. The startup test is normal, and the welding and assembly of the new RDA5807 radio is completed. That's it. So just throw that away and just put it away. It's good. All set. It looks like you even have a header here for another type of power supply plug-in. You got TXD, RXD. That's got to be RX, I'm guessing, data. TX data, so send and receive data, I'm guessing, and then the ground and the VCC. Now, why is this not, when we're not taking any power whatsoever? one thing I will say, make sure, oh, well, I got no power on it. If you look, that's going to be a problem. Let's get that on it. Oh, I hear a little clicking. So that tells me that the speaker's got juice. 50 milliamps. Let me turn this. Oh, I got a light on. Couple things quick while I'm here to let you guys know. The back of the PCB is marked out, and you got the 3M double-sided stickums here. And when you use these, you obviously got to trim. Take your nips, your side cutters, and you want to get as low as you can, cutting them. They got it outlined in the circle where the speaker goes, and if you see the edge of the box here, I didn't want to totally put down the battery holder case here. First off, because I probably won't use it, because they're just outdated. Batteries are getting outdated, especially AA's. I'm just not a big fan of them. And, you know, USB micro B is just so much easier just to plug it in and done. But second off, if I had to do any troubleshooting, so I just put wire through each end, and there's 2 holes on the end. For the case, I'm not going to do the case. That's pretty much, you know, you know, I don't want to struggle through that and have you watch me. So, no, it shouldn't really be that bad. Just kind of make sense of it. The biggest thing I would recommend is make sure you got things, you don't get a part out of order. Like one is, what was it, putting, you had to put the speaker wire through something, if I remember back in the directions. So make sure that you do that. There's a hole in the one you got to put the speaker wire through or feed it or something like that. The other thing is when you're doing the antenna here, one side you can see it's like punched out of like metal, the little piece here. And when you do that, so the one side's got like a lip where it's cut off. And I would just take and file that just so it's nice and flat, because that's just that being tight on there is what is holding up your antenna pretty much. So it holds it on there, and it keeps coming loose, which it's not that big a deal. It just needs to make a decent connection. The antenna is loose here. Was loose. Yeah, it's loose here, and then it's like really tight right there. Oh, you can hear it banging, banging, singing. I've like tightened it like 4 times now. It just, I think it's just crushing through the board because it's just got a little nut on the other side. Nothing real big. Let's see. I'll get this flipped back over. Get the antenna so it's going this way, and let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got on the radio. Yo radio. Zero, 0.0. 51 milliamps. Add some volume. Okay, somehow it looks like I'm going through the settings. Am I bumping that or what? Okay, so okay, there's our frequency. What is that? 118.9. Let me throw my hood on, and hopefully that'll cover it up enough for you guys. This damn thing, I can't see shit. Yeah, I hope that works for you. It looks good here. There's some type of radio station. Oh, wrong way. Whoa. Yo! Anyways, it's doing its thing. The other thing I'd recommend is when you're using your side cutters to cut the pins on the other side, there's a couple spots you'll see where they're real close, and if you cut, you might actually just barely connect the two together, so having that on helps. But that's it. That's the radio. You can hear it. me, yep, off, on. And I believe that's switching to the other power supply. In fact, I could plug that in quick to verify, or not plug it in real quick, but plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. 30 days, plug it in. Plug it in. Yeah. Alright, we'll go here. Let's see, again, it's upside down, so the pins are that way. Oh, I want to shut this one off. Unclippy, unclippy. Again, I'll probably save the battery box. Them are actually nice to save, to be honest with you. No reason to toss it or anything like that. However, I don't need it on this one, or don't want it either. The USB-B, as long as that works, them things are just so much nicer. Now, as far as I know, it's 5 volts. It didn't say anywhere, though, so that's the one thing that I'm a little hesitant about. I can just snip that off. Cool, I can save that. Get this straightened back out. Oh. Let's see. Contact is on. Sweet. So we got action. Now what kind of action do we got? See if I can cover it so you guys can see it again and not put my head in the way. Just want to try to find a damn station so you can tell that it's working. I don't know, something's going on with it, but as you see, there it is. It's a beauty. It's a cool little project, that's for certain. You hear it? Hear it? Yep, you can hear it. Cool, man. I appreciate you guys checking it out. Do me a huge favor and just be good to each other, man. It's a freaking cruel ass world out there and no reason to be a freaking peckerhead, you know? So let's be good to each other and maybe change someone's day. Just brighten them up a bit. So, cool, man. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. And again, that's the RDA 45434 RDA. There it is. RDA 5807. You got it. Thanks again. This is Randy's dad. Check it out. Goodbye. Here we go. We got her. She's working. And mind you, this is in the middle of my basement. Right on the other side of my arm is basically a block wall. That guy's jamming. Over there's block wall, and then the whole house above me, and about 15 feet behind me that way is another block wall. So, and right what camera is mounted to, that points down, is actually a ductwork for the furnace. It's actually the main trunk that comes out. The furnace is right to my right. So is what I'm getting at is it's all like shielded, and I'm surprised there's even signal coming down here. So I got 107.7. I haven't listened to the radio like this in such a long time. Because I only have a motorcycle, obviously you don't. Yeah, kind of makes it tough. Listen to the radio, and it's like I hear the bike anyway. I don't need to crank something else, just make my head numb anyway. So anyways, got it working. It's looking good. Everything's good. I cleaned up the back of the board. Did some isopropyl 99.9% stuff. I go with the real fancy stuff. And scrubbed it down real good. And then I trimmed and then use that 3M tape to tape this down, and I'm saving the battery pack. What else here? I mentioned about you want to sand this down, not sand, file. Use a flat file, and just if it has burrs on the edge, just to flatten it off. That way, if it does, you'll see how tight it is here. If it starts moving like that, starts tweaking, the burrs won't cut in to see how it's plated there. It's been plated behind there. Yeah, you don't want to start chewing that up, so yeah, what else? Oh yeah, let's get to another station that you can actually hear something, probably even a little better. Oh yeah, over here is not the memory. I think I said it was the memory. I'm like, oh yeah, there's the memory. Dirt. It has a V plus and a V minus. I think it means velocity, like the velocity. No, how about it's the volume? Yeah, it's the volume, obviously. Plus, minus volume goes up to 15. We're gonna knock the walls down. We're gonna crank it right up, knock everything out, down, out, all over. You'll hear this thing gets loud. I'll show you something funny too in a second. Oh, let me drop the frequency down. Oh, there it's doing that thing again. So it's on like seek, and I can't get it out of that. Now I'm just gonna go. This is a station I remember from years and years, local. Yep, not good. There. So you gotta, it's finicky to figure out. Can you see it there? 106.5. I don't want to listen to it too long, but you can hear it comes out clear. I mean, that's 10, goes up to 15, and the speakers in the back, you know what I mean? That thing's kind of loud. It was, basically I plugged in my vape over here on the same outlet. Whoa! Yeah! Settle there, buddy. It was ripping. I'll do it to show you. Once I plug this in, you'll hear it just go to crap. And it's just like the same bank that's a bank of like four USB outlets. But once I plug this cord in, oh, come on, it doesn't even mess with that? Alright, call me a liar. Go ahead, do it. Do it, because I lied. Now what is it doing? Oh, it's seeking. Very fastly seeking. So, 107, we'll go to 107.7 again. It's going to be a fuzzball. And now I'll unplug it. You hear? See it there? Can't get just enough of the damn cord. There, see? Just unplugging that. And pop it off. Back it off a bit. You guys can see it. There we go. Putting that up by the trunk work, the metal. Doesn't seem to like that. Even touching it doesn't like it. That's the clearest it's been. Let me hang this thing up and over so it's not like hanging and touching anything. And see what it does. Good, that's it. So, yeah, that is the radio project, the DIY. It actually turned out good. I don't know what the beginning process is, but I tried restarting it a couple times. It was just stuck on, what was it, 87.1 or 87.0. And that's actually what it goes up to, 107.9, I believe. 118, a liar again. This is it. 1080 is 108.0 is what it goes up to. So there's your range. So you know what you got, FM. So and like I say, it was real fussy messing around with it, and I actually thought I was gonna have to start doing some heavy looking at it to figure out what's going on, and then all of a sudden I plugged it back in and it just synced right to a channel and sounded nice and clear. So that was it. All right, everyone have a good day. Do me a favor, just be good to each other. That's all I ask. That's all we can ever ask. And have yourselves a great St. Patty's Day. Gotta love it. Don't drink too much. Bye-bye.